Alright, welcome back to another chess video. We're on the road to 2000 ELO. Right now we're only rated 780. We're going to do the Hambleton Defense, which always throws a fork in my rating because I always seem to lose with it. And he's already going for this crazy... Yeah, that's bad. What do I usually do in this situation? But yeah, anyways, I'd say I'm starting... I record all of my chess games. Each chess game I do is an episode for this series, so I show all of my wins and all of my losses, like Chess with Patrick. But I'm starting from the ground up, like Izugo Chess. Those are two active chess players in the YouTube community who are also putting out episodes of their chess progress today that I watch occasionally. So yeah, this is a problem. I should know what to do with this. This is ridiculous. What can we do to get... well, his knight isn't even here yet, so I think we're fine if we just maybe put a pawn up. No, we got to get our bishop out first, I think. Yeah, we're fine right now. Once he goes... Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Let's just go with the... we already messed up our Hambleton defense anyways. It's supposed to start with a knight. So we spent a whole minute and 21 seconds just to do... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to go out here. I blocked in my bishop. But just to do like 3 moves, we spent a whole 10th of our time. Okay, well, things aren't as crazy as I thought they might be. But we need to start, we need to keep going. That's a problem. Let's get our pawn up. But nothing too crazy. We're just gonna open up this bishop. Pin the knight. They're a whole minute ahead on time. This is Chess Rapid. I spent a minute and 16 seconds just to take my knight out. Isn't that crazy? Because I was talking in the intro. That's what happens when you talk in the intro sometimes. So yeah, we're rated 780. They're rated 762. Chances are we're tactically more skilled than our opponent. I say that because, well, they could be on a tilt. They could have been 900 and they're just on a tilt going down with their ratings for some reason. Maybe they're blundering a lot of pieces. Maybe they're pretty tactically good. But I know our strength is calculations and tactics. My weakness is time, I'd say. I have a lot of weaknesses, but we're pretty strong with calculation. Right now, I'm 1700 in puzzles. I can calculate puzzles, but it takes a long time to do it. In order for me to calculate a 13 to 15 level, 1500 level puzzle, it takes me maybe 5 minutes, maybe on average. So that's a problem. We should be thinking on their time right now. If they go here with the knights, I think we just need to take. But maybe we can just move our... I think we take, and then if they take, we move our bishop out. We want to get this bishop developed. They're about to auto-resign in a couple of seconds here. Oh, it disconnected, that's why. So the game got abandoned. I don't think we get points for that. It looks like we do get points. We're going to do a new 10 minutes. Whenever a game auto-aborts like that, we don't count that as a win for us. But we are rated 795 now because of that. We're going to do the Hambleton defense. I don't know what he's doing. Van Kruij's opening. I don't know what that is. I think we push. That's not good. This is not good. Let's just go here. I don't want him pushing his pawn down. I was going to push my pawn up, but yeah, no, I think in this situation, maybe we just get our bishop out. No, we're good. I think if he takes, we just take with a pawn. I would say in this situation, we just take with the queen. Okay. What can we do? Right now our queen is under attack. We can't do any serious damage to him yet. But just theoretically, if we were to takes, we're screwed, right? So we can pin his own piece, and then if he goes down, we can just take it, and I kind of like that. So it's like, yeah, go ahead and take my queen. You can't, because you'll lose your... Well, actually, that was good for him to do. This is actually looking pretty bad for me. We have to take this. We're in check. Now I think he's better off doing this because he ends up winning a bishop out of it. He should have done it. I think he should have done it. So that's a scary move, right? May as well just pull back. That way if he takes this pawn, threatening our king, we go here. Okay. What do we have here? Anything? We can't threaten queen. Hambleton defense is risky. Pulling your queen out so early, and yeah, openings are my weakness, I would say. I have all weaknesses. I'm rated 700. I guess this is the most intuitive for me. Get the queen out of danger, but also, okay. Let's pull back and threaten his queen and his knight. Okay. Threatening his queen and his knight. If you want to save your... Oh gosh, this is crazy. So yeah, I think he blundered. I think he made that a little bit too hasty decision. We just won his queen. So we want to be careful, make sure he doesn't do anything else crazy. Maybe we just block this knight move. If he tries to go here. We're not castling, apparently. He's probably going to castle this next turn. I don't know what to do. We have 7 minutes and 40 seconds. That's pretty good time to calculate. Wow, he actually abandoned the game. I feel like that was in far enough. I think he abandoned it on purpose. Figured that he lost the queen. I'm gonna count that as probably... That was a legit game, I would say. I feel like that's just like him resigning, except instead of resigning, he rage quitted. Let's look into the game review. I'm not gonna keep going with like 10 games in one episode just because my opponents keep abandoning the game. Which I don't think the first one was... I don't think that it was the first guy's fault. We did blunder. Rated 1450. Oh, and also I wanted to say, like, when I play someone in chess, I want to actually mention their name. So we played VAR22VBBB. A lot of them are going to be hard to pronounce, I'm sure. So let's go ahead and start the review. Book move. Okay, so we had the best idea. Pulling the knight out was okay. Apparently, the algorithm wants us to just totally take the center with pawns, which that totally makes sense. But we went out with the knight. That was the best move we could have done. My idea was to stop the pawn from just attacking our knight. All this stuff is okay. Stuff you would not see in a Grandmaster game, I'm sure. Unless you're like Magnus Carlsen and just play random things in the beginning, just to switch it up, which is what he has been said to do. So he takes, and that's all okay. Okay, so that was our blunder. Yeah, I would say I understand that's a blunder, and I kind of understood it from the beginning, because after I made that move, I started thinking, okay, if he takes, we take, but then he wins a bishop at the end of the day, and so I was actually shocked he wasn't going for it after that. But after we made our blunder, we made 2 best moves, so that's a bright side to that. I saw the danger, like, the computer sees this as a mistake, but I see what he was going for. Me being a low rated player as well, I could see usually what the other low level players are concerned about, and he's looking at this fork here. In fact, that's a great fork for a low level player. I can see how that could be look like the best move. Queen c6, you know, if I don't do anything about that, he's won a rook, because I would have to move my king somewhere. So, but we saw what was threatened and defended it. And I think I moved my king, yep, my queen right here, because he threatened me again, which it wanted it down here. I guess the reason to go down here... Yeah, no. I was thinking we go here, and then if he just does something like this, we just move this pawn up. But then he can leave. He could go back somewhere. Okay. No, I don't know. Okay, yeah, so we found a little tactic there. And, yeah, he could have been pretty good if he would have just taken this pawn, because then we do a trade and he ends up with his knight up ahead. He's up a pawn and he has a knight in a good spot. I'd say it's a pretty good spot because he just pulled back, like he's up ahead on my side of the board. But that's not what happened. We ended up putting our bishop down here, and the idea was once we move this pawn, it's a discovered attack on the queen, and we're attacking his knight. And so what I thought was going to happen is he would just which I didn't know what was going to happen, really. I guess shoot, he could have done anything. Like, he could have just, I guess he could have done that. Oh, you know what? He wouldn't have done that. So I guess he could have gone here. That would have been probably a good move. Let's see what the computer thinks. It would have been okay. Yeah, and then we'd no longer have that discovered attack. So it would have been pretty good. But the computer still thinks what I did was the best move. And look how he responded. It was a mistake. Because now I can move my pawn up with a discovered attack and I win a knight. But he didn't even go with it. He actually lost his knight, his queen. He wasn't seeing the discovered attack. And so then, of course, we take the queen. He takes back. I didn't want to fall into that same trap, which is funny because he actually used the same kind of tactic on us, where he pinned the. See, he had his queen and we had our bishop behind a pawn, so all we have to do is push a pawn up and we're attacking his queen. Well, next turn he did the same thing. He's like, oh look, I can pin his queen. I don't know if that's what he was thinking, but maybe he was thinking the same exact tactic, but he was already too late. Ours was one step ahead. He left his queen hanging, and after that, I mean, I moved my pawn up to, I don't know, get my bishop out. Really, it was to block the knight from attacking my queen. And he was done. So, how do we play again? Go back to a game review. We played as 1450, yeah, so that's pretty good. I mean, eventually, if we keep playing like a 1450, we'll eventually beat 1450, right? I imagine that's how it would work. If we could go back to our blunder and just learn one thing from this game. It's, we should have continued the pin, right? Because if we would have continued the pin, or no, that's not even continuing a pin, that's just... If we would have pinned his knight, because then he can't go like that. If he were to move down here with the pawn, he's just giving away a pawn. So I could see that working. And then we can even, we got a second attack coming up here where we could do this. I don't know. This is always nice though, when you have a bishop and a queen working together.